I am speaking to you now not by accident, not by chance, but by divine appointment. You have reached the edge of a moment that has been waiting for you since before you knew how to breathe. The air itself has been holding its breath for this encounter. Heaven leans close because something eternal is shifting inside your present. You have felt it, the pressure that refuses to explain itself. The stillness that is not empty but full, vibrating with invisible instruction. You have wondered why your peace has been unsettled, why the things that used to comfort you now feel foreign. It is because I am calling you out of the familiar shadows that have disguised themselves as safety. The hour is not random. It has been written in light long before clocks began. The weight you feel is not punishment, it is preparation. The fire that surrounds you is not destruction, it is refinement. I am burning what cannot go with you into the next season, even when you do not yet see what that season holds. Listen, I am not scolding you. I am awakening you. For too long, you have mistaken exhaustion for peace and silence for surrender. But this silence is not mine, it is the silence of delay, the quiet hum of battles left unfought. And now I am shaking you awake with mercy that roars like thunder wrapped in tenderness. Do not resist this stirring. Do not explain it away as emotion. You are being summoned. I am touching the part of you that remembers who you are before disappointment rearranged your reflection. You are not too late. You are not too far. You are simply at the turning point where heaven interrupts the pattern of almost becoming. Every sigh you have buried under politeness, every tear you refused to release because you thought strength meant silence, I have collected them. They are the ink with which I am rewriting your next chapter. You thought I ignored your prayers when I was only waiting for your alignment. You wanted relief, I wanted renewal. Relief removes pressure, but renewal restores purpose. You have prayed for open doors, but I am removing walls. You have asked for confirmation, and I am sending conviction. You wanted a sign, but I am giving you sight. Look deeper, I have been speaking through coincidences that refuse to stay coincidences. Through delays that protected you from what you called opportunities. Through endings that felt cruel but were kindness in disguise. Do not interpret discomfort as abandonment. The stretching you feel is proof that your spirit is outgrowing its old cage. I have placed Archangel Michael near you not as a decoration of faith, but as a warrior of alignment. His presence around your atmosphere is not random. It means heaven has taken notice of your resistance against despair. You have survived assaults that were never meant to test you but to erase you. Yet you are still here not by luck, but by decree. You were preserved for a purpose that requires this very version of you, the one that has tasted tears but not lost tenderness, the one that has felt fear but still reaches for faith. Now hear me clearly, I am not calling you to rebuild what I dismantled. Do not return to the ashes looking for comfort. The structure fell because the foundation could not carry the weight of your next anointing. The relationships that dissolved were not failures, they were redirections. The silence after their departure is sacred space where I am planting something new. Breathe. Let the dust settle and see what remains. The voice you hear now is not an echo of your imagination, it is the sound of destiny adjusting itself around you. The delay that frustrated you was heaven's traffic light keeping you from collision. You were angry at my timing because you could not see the map. But I was protecting your promise from being sabotaged by your haste. I have seen your secret moments of collapse, the ones hidden behind practiced smiles. The nights you replayed your choices, wondering if one different step would have saved everything. Stop tormenting yourself with the illusion of control. What broke was supposed to. What stayed is sacred. I do not waste pain. Every closed door was a preservation order. Every unanswered message was mercy in disguise. You are not being punished, you are being positioned. When I take something, it is only to replace it with something that carries heaven's fingerprints. There is an unseen council in the heavenly realm, and your name has been mentioned there again. The discussion was not about your failure but about your readiness. You have been weighed and not found wanting. You have been tested and found teachable. That is why I am releasing a new instruction today. Do not be afraid when everything begins to rearrange quickly. Sudden shifts are the signature of divine acceleration. I am bringing clarity to confusion, but clarity will cost you comfort. You will feel isolated for a time because I must remove certain voices from your inner circle. Some of them sound loyal but carry contamination. They speak peace while sowing poison. You have tried to fix them with compassion, but compassion cannot heal manipulation. You are not responsible for who refuses correction. You are responsible for obedience. When I say walk away, I do not mean run in bitterness. I mean release them without resentment, for I am calling you to higher air, and some cannot breathe there. The elevation I am giving you will expose hearts around you. Do not mourn revelation. Truth is not cruelty, it is liberation. You cannot carry the old weight into the new wind. Let go with grace, even when they misunderstand your silence. I am your vindication. You do not need to argue for peace, just walk in it. I am aligning you with divine appointments, people who will recognize your frequency, who will not be intimidated by your growth. When they appear, you will feel familiarity without explanation, as though you've met before time began. These are destiny allies, not temporary companions. You will build together, pray together, rise together. Mark this day, for it begins your crossing. You are stepping from reaction to revelation, from survival to assignment, from striving to divine rhythm. Do not measure progress by applause. Measure it by peace. When your soul exhales, that is your confirmation. And now be still. Let heaven breathe through you. The winds are shifting. The same God who stood by you in silence is now speaking loudly. You will not miss the next instruction, for it will ring inside your spirit like a bell that cannot be ignored. When you wake tomorrow, you will feel the difference. Not in circumstances, but in clarity. The fog will not vanish all at once, it will lift in layers. Walk with me through each one, and you will see what I have been preparing in secret. The light that frightened the darkness will now guide you home. You are now standing in the narrow corridor between what was and what will be. Do not misinterpret this in-between as delay, it is the divine workshop where I polish what you carry. You prayed for doors to open, but doors require keys, and keys are forged in fire. What you feel now, the heat of uncertainty, the friction of unanswered questions, is not punishment. It is formation. I am tempering your discernment. The same way gold must meet flame before it shines, your spirit must meet resistance before it recognizes truth. The season that bruised you was never about breaking you, it was about teaching you to distinguish between noise and voice. Noise demands reaction, my voice births direction. You have been surrounded by chatter that sounds wise but drips with fear. You have absorbed advice that comforted your pain but poisoned your progress. That is why I am quieting your circle. Isolation to the flesh feels cruel, but to the spirit it is anesthesia before surgery. I am removing what dulls your sensitivity so that you can hear again without distortion. Listen. When peace leaves a room, that is me signaling an exit. When heaviness clings after conversation, that is me exposing atmosphere. Stop apologizing for outgrowing the rooms I never designed for your maturity. You have mistaken loyalty for love, but loyalty to dysfunction is not virtue, it is bondage dressed as kindness. Release it. The same mercy that saved you from destruction will now save you from distraction. Archangel Michael stands again at your threshold. His sword glows not to threaten but to divide truth from deception, alignment from entanglement. Every tie that drains your spirit instead of sharpening it is being severed, quietly but completely. You will feel lighter, though nothing visible has changed yet. That lightness is freedom taking shape. Do not rush to fill the silence that follows deliverance. Let stillness do its sacred work. Many lose the miracle because they hurry to replace what heaven removed. Wait. Let emptiness echo until you hear me clearly again. I am not a God of clutter, I am a God of clarity. You will notice soon that certain desires fall away. What fascinated you last month will bore you tomorrow. Do not chase it back. Appetite follows assignment, and I am rewriting yours. I am aligning you with hunger for what heals, thirst for what transforms, love for what lasts. In dreams you will see symbols, doors, keys, rivers, light breaking through soil. Do not dismiss them. These are not random fragments of imagination, they are spiritual codes. Ask, and I will decode them gently. When you see water rising, it means refreshing. When you see keys in your hand, it means authority. When you see unfamiliar faces smiling, it means alliances are near. The spiritual realm is opening wider around you. You will begin to sense movements, warmth, chills that are not fear but confirmation. Angels have been stationed to escort your obedience. You are not walking alone through this corridor, every step echoes with heaven's footsteps beside you. Now hear me, the enemy knows he cannot destroy your destiny, so he will attempt to drain your focus. Beware of minor fires that beg for your attention. Every urgent distraction that demands immediate reaction is designed to pull you off the path I paved. Respond only to what carries peace. Peace is your compass, confusion is your warning light. The next instruction I give you will appear small, perhaps a call, a letter, a confession, an act of closure, but do not measure its size, measure its obedience. A seed looks small until it becomes a forest. Obey swiftly, for delayed obedience is disobedience in disguise. There is someone whose apology you have rehearsed receiving, but it will not come. Release them anyway. The closure you need will not arrive through their words but through my whisper. Forgiveness is the password that unlocks the next gate. Carry no bitterness into your blessing, it is too heavy for the altitude I am taking you to. You have cried, Lord, restore me, and I am answering. But restoration is not replacement, it is resurrection. I will not give you replicas of what broke, I will breathe new life into what was pronounced dead. Relationships, dreams, creativity, even faith that seemed buried beneath fatigue, watch as they rise again, stronger, truer, refined by tears. Do not despise the nights that made you weep. They baptized you into empathy. They trained your eyes to spot pain in others before they speak. You will comfort people soon, not with theory but with testimony. Your scars will not shame you, they will certify you. What you survived will become your authority. The storm that tried to drown you will introduce you as one who commands waves. I am anointing your mouth now. Words that once trembled with uncertainty will soon carry weight. When you speak, atmospheres will adjust. Do not underestimate the quiet authority of kindness spoken with conviction. You need not shout, your obedience amplifies your voice in realms unseen. Look around your life and notice the divine rearranging. Projects on pause will resume without effort. Emails long ignored will suddenly reply. Doors that were stuck will swing. This is not coincidence, it is convergence. The waiting room has become the birthing room. Yet, even as blessings multiply, Guard your humility. Do not forget the floor that once felt like your home. Gratitude will keep your elevation pure. Every breakthrough requires stewardship. What pride builds, pressure breaks. Walk softly under success, for I dwell with the lowly in heart. I am setting before you two paths, one paved with approval, another with purpose. Choose purpose, even when it looks lonely. Approval feeds ego, purpose feeds eternity. Those who chase applause tire quickly, those who chase assignment become unstoppable. I am not raising you for popularity but for legacy. In days ahead, your spirit will sense divine urgency again. Do not confuse urgency with anxiety. Anxiety screams, urgency whispers. When you feel the whisper, act quickly but calmly. That will be me guiding your steps between traps set in plain sight. And remember this, the enemy's greatest strategy now is subtle weariness. If he cannot wound you, he will exhaust you. Guard your rest as warfare. Sleep becomes sacred when purpose is heavy. Archangel Michael has already fought battles while you slept. Trust that you can rest without losing ground. My child, I am closer than your pulse. The distance you feel is not real, it is perception blurred by fatigue. Breathe. Whisper my name and feel the air around you thicken with presence. That is me near, patient, steady. You have not missed my plan, you are standing in the center of it. The confusion is clearing, the chains are loosening, the new assignment is rising like dawn. When the morning comes, take one deliberate step toward what brings peace. That step will ignite momentum you thought was lost. You will look back and say, it started there. Heaven will echo, it was finished here. This is the refining and the releasing. The next breath you take carries permission to begin again. You have crossed through the refinement. Now comes the unveiling. The silence you endured was not abandonment, it was incubation. Every unanswered moment, every delay, every lonely stretch of obedience was a seed in the dark now breaking open to light. Heaven is not merely watching you, heaven is moving through you. The shift you sense is not around you, it is within you. For years, you thought my promises were far away, hidden behind time's curtain. But I tell you now, they were never delayed, they were maturing. Some promises are like fruit, if you pluck them too early, they sour the tongue. But today, ripeness has come. The sound of fulfillment is in the air, and creation itself feels it. Even the wind is adjusting its direction to carry your name into new places. I am revealing the purpose of your wilderness. It was not punishment, it was rehearsal. Every tear taught your spirit the rhythm of compassion. Every loss trained your heart to value what endures. Every night of uncertainty carved out space for faith to dwell. Without the wilderness, you would not have known how to hear me in whispers. Without the struggle, you would not have recognized me in stillness. And now, the stillness has turned into sound, my sound. Listen carefully, opportunity is calling, but not in the language of applause. It is calling through responsibility, through clarity, through divine nudges that stir your courage again. Do not fear the new doors that appear, their handles will respond only to peace. If your peace withdraws, step back, if it deepens, proceed boldly. I am opening portals of favor that no enemy can seal. Contracts will emerge that were once forgotten. Names you thought erased will mention yours with honor. The very places that dismissed you will become stages for your testimony. But remember, your rise is not for spectacle. It is for service. I am elevating you so others may see what grace can rebuild from ruins. This elevation will come quietly at first. Do not despise small beginnings, for small sparks start wildfires. A single obedient yes will ripple into generations after you. Your faith will become a bridge for others to cross from fear to freedom. I will turn your private survival into public deliverance. But guard your motives, for the heart is the throne I inhabit. Do not chase outcomes, chase obedience. Do not measure success by numbers, measure it by nearness. If I am with you, nothing is missing. If I depart from your focus, even abundance becomes famine. In this new season, you will feel an unusual clarity. Moments where time slows, where every breath feels sacred, where intuition sharpens. That is not coincidence, it is consecration. I am tuning your spirit to my frequency. You will hear instruction in places you once heard noise, in laughter, in ordinary work, even in silence between conversations. Every detail matters now. Nothing is random anymore. Archangel Michael still walks beside you, but now his sword rests at ease. The battle has shifted from defense to dominion. You are no longer merely surviving assaults, you are commanding atmosphere. The same authority that once shielded you now flows through you. Speak peace, and storms will settle. Speak truth, and deception will dissolve. Speak blessing, and barren places will bloom again. The time of constant warfare is ending. You are stepping into rulership not over people, but over your own atmosphere. Your emotions will no longer dictate your direction, revelation will. Your days will no longer be spent reacting to darkness, they will be spent releasing light. This is maturity, the mark of one who has wrestled with heaven and walked away carrying fire instead of fear. I have prepared divine alignments for you. A new circle will form around you, chosen by my hand. They will carry the fragrance of integrity and the sound of peace. With them, ideas will flow like rivers, prayers will shake invisible chains, laughter will heal wounds you forgot you carried. You will know them not by flattery but by resonance. When your spirit rests in their presence, you will know, these are mine. Together, you will rebuild what despair demolished. You will speak into dry places and see gardens rise again. You will restore families, hearts, and destinies simply by walking in obedience. For I am not just blessing you, I am multiplying you. The light in you will become a lighthouse for many still wandering through storms of uncertainty. They will see your steadiness and find their way home. And yet, even in glory, remember humility. Do not forget the nights you prayed on cold floors. Do not forget the tears that taught you worship. Gratitude will be your protection from pride. Every blessing is safest in hands that still tremble with thankfulness. I am revealing mysteries to you now, answers hidden for the appointed time. You will read scripture and see new layers of meaning. You will speak a sentence and later realize it was prophecy. You will dream and wake with clarity so sharp it feels like sunrise inside your chest. Write down what I show you. These are not fleeting impressions, they are blueprints. Nations may one day depend on the obedience you record today. Do not fear the size of your assignment. I will never give you a calling without giving you capacity. Where your strength ends, my spirit begins. Where your understanding stops, revelation takes over. Dependence is not weakness, it is your doorway to miracles. Keep walking on water, do not look down at waves of logic. The impossible only collapses when you measure it. Soon you will stand in places that once felt unreachable. You will look around and realize, the same valleys that buried your confidence became the soil of your crown. Every loss trained your hands for leadership. Every betrayal stripped away illusions and left only truth. You are lighter now, wiser now, freer now. This is not the end of your story, it is the unveiling of your purpose. Look around, the signs are everywhere. Repeated numbers, familiar songs, phrases that echo your prayers. These are confirmations from heaven that you are aligned. You will feel it in your body, a warmth in your chest, a calm that follows conviction. That is the witness of the Spirit saying, yes, this is the way, walk in it. There will still be storms, but they will no longer scare you. You have learned the language of lightning. You now understand that thunder is not threat but announcement. A reminder that light always travels faster than sound. So when you see flashes before you hear the voice, know this: revelation precedes understanding. Act in faith before it all makes sense. My child, I have written your ending long before your beginning. No force can erase what grace has decreed. Your story will not conclude in confusion but in clarity. Your final chapters will not echo regret but redemption. Generations yet unborn will call you faithful because you dared to trust me in silence. And when doubt tries to return, remember this moment. Remember that you were spoken to directly, personally, intentionally. You were chosen for such a time as this, not because you are perfect, but because you are willing. Willingness is the gate through which I flood the earth with new beginnings. Now, stand, lift your head, not in arrogance, but in awareness. You are no longer the wounded wanderer, you are the awakened warrior. The same power that raised my son from the tomb now stirs in you. You are the evidence that grace wins, that mercy restores, that light cannot be extinguished. Go forward. Build what I show you. Speak what I whisper. Love without fear, lead without striving, live without apology. And wherever you go, know this truth like heartbeat: you are surrounded. You are seen. You are sent. Heaven is with you. Always.